Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I am British for today. Anyways, as you can see by the title, today we're going to be talking about how to recession-proof your life or your portfolio. But wait a minute, before you do that, don't forget to like this video if you find it valuable, subscribe to the channel if you enjoy content like this, and turn your post notifications on so you're notified every single time I post a video. Bam! Guys, like I do in every single video, here's a disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not professional, okay? I'm doing this for entertainment purposes only and educational purposes for those who find it valuable. Let's get into the video. I did make a video about how to save or how to invest for beginners. And in that video, I touched on a few points that I'm going to touch on today. So let's start with how to recession-proof your life. First of all, don't be dumb, okay? Don't be stupid, okay? Make the right decisions. Do not spend money on things that lose value. Of course you can, right? You can have an allocation where you do spend some money on some things you want, but you should not be spending the majority of your money on things that you want, because that is inherently dumb. I don't even have another word that's nicer than you're just stupid for doing that. So don't do that. Number two, make sure that you do have an emergency fund. We talked about how you can allocate, let's say, start off by saving for 1 month and work your way up to 6 months. So in a recession, you want to have at least 6 months in your emergency fund that if anything were to go wrong, you're good for 6 months while you figure it out. Okay, the next thing to do, relates to investing. Make sure that you are invested in a diversified portfolio. Okay, you don't want to have just Tesla, right? And you don't want to have just clean energy, right? You want to have a balance between whatever kind of stocks, really stocks in different areas. You can have some traditional stocks like, Walmart, Costco. I personally don't have any of those because I don't, but it's a good idea to have some stuff like that: oil, gas, industry, healthcare, whatever. So that your portfolio is kind of, recession proof. I've lost count what number we're on right now, but the next one is to rebalance your portfolio. So what does rebalancing your portfolio means? It means, okay, before the recession, I'm assuming you had a different investment goal. Maybe you were a trader or a short-term investor or long-term or whatever. So if you want to recession-proof your portfolio, you're going to have to rebalance your stuff and allocate things differently. So asking yourself questions like, is this how much positions I wanted to have? For example, I would have liked to have 100 Teslas, but sadly I don't. So that's kind of what rebalancing your portfolio is. You got to just look into how much of something you have and whether you want to keep that or reduce it. Does that make sense? Rebalancing your portfolio actually also helps you be more diversified, because by looking at how much you have of something and whether you want more of that thing or less of that thing, it helps you not have too much of one thing, because if you have too much of one thing and that industry is heavily affected, then you're not really benefiting from that during that time, right? So you want to make sure that you are keeping track of your stock portfolio. You are checking it often. You're looking at the companies again and seeing whether this is a company you still want to have a position in. Okay, so for me, I can give an example. I did invest in a healthcare company during the onset, kind of the middle of the pandemic, the heat of it, and it was worth more then. Right now, it's worth no money, okay? It's worth $20. I only put $70 in it, okay? It was a penny stock at the time. So for me, that doesn't really hurt my wallet, right? Because I probably spent $70 on things that I don't need anyway, so that doesn't hurt, right? But you want to make sure that you're checking where the company's at, because I'm pretty sure that if I had checked where the company was at or what they were planning to do beforehand, I would have been able to take out my position. And at the time, I had actually made a lot of money from it, but it was my lack of due diligence that caused that to happen. So even if it's not that much of a big deal, it is very important to keep checking, okay? You need to know what's going on in the companies you're invested in, okay? You need to know what's going on with Tesla, what's going on with clean energy, what's going on with GBTC, what are they doing, what are the news, do they have any scandals? Because all those things do affect your portfolio, okay? Now, the last thing or second last thing I want to touch on is making sure that you do understand your expenses, right? So you need to know how much you spend in a month or how much you need per month to survive. So what can you live without and what can't you live without? Making sure that you do cut on some expenses that you do not need. So those subscriptions to Spotify and Netflix and Disney Plus, you don't need it. So cut it out, okay? And guys, don't forget to, during a recession, please maintain your credit score because that is very important. Even if you don't have any money, your credit score can help you get things on a loan or on whatever that you can get it, okay? And lastly, play the long game. Do not sell your stocks, guys, like ever. I do not stand for that, like ever, and I'll never stand for it. People selling their stocks when the markets are down or the markets are falling. Do not panic and panic sell because you will lose every single time, okay? You need to take emotion out of investing, okay? And also do not buy things based off of the hype that is around them. Do your own research and make sure that this is what you want to do, this is what you stand for, not because it's going down or going up, but looking at the decisions you're making and making sure that you can stand by them, okay? And if you play the long game, recessions recover. Like, it passes, right? So you just gotta wait it out and you'll be fine. So that's the end of my video. If you did find it helpful or you have any other ways to recession-proof your life and portfolio, please let me know down below in the comments. I would like to hear your thoughts as usual. Okay, have a great day. Bye.